Satori Mateu. Welcome to another walk and talk with me. Let's go. Welcome to the morning talk and walk with Satori. How are you doing, man? Woman, wherever you are in the world, listen, the walk and talk with me. Anyway, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a conversation where you said something to someone and they felt criticized, they felt attacked, they felt pissed off, they got defensive? Have you ever had that happen to you? Of course you have. Listen, we can always go into conversations where we feel attacked, criticized, and all kinds of emotions in between. And usually when that happens, we go into a protection mode, survival mode, and we either shut down, right? We try to hide, we try to flee from the conversation, run from the conversation, or we start attacking, we start protecting ourselves, we start criticizing, we start blaming. I know you've probably never done that, but maybe you know someone intimately that has done that. Either way, I was just having a conversation with a client of mine. I thought this would be a good conversation to have. So what happened, which was really interesting, is that I asked her, so what would happen if you had this conversation with your friend and you share this experience with your friend? What would that be like? Well, she's like, well, I'm afraid that, she's gonna attack me back, or she's gonna use that against me. She's gonna turn around and, put it in my face. I say, okay, well, great. Well, listen, you are gonna admit something about yourself to her, and because of that, you're already de-weaponizing her and putting down your own shield. Because the moment you say to someone, hey, listen, I've been totally selfish, and I've been totally intolerant with you, I've been judging you, and that must have made you feel like I don't care about you, that I don't love you. And in those moments when I've done that, you're right, I haven't been caring about you. And that's not your fault. It's been pretty selfish of me and very unloving of me. And I can see how that must have made you feel like I didn't care about you. Like, if you have a conversation like that and you're genuine, you're not trying to posture yourself to try to do some kind of, manipulation scheme, but you're actually genuine about it, there's nothing to attack. There's nothing to argue with. And this happens in all kinds of relationships, all kinds of environments. I can tell you right now, you can use this with your kids. You can use this with your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend. You can use this with your parents. You can use this with a co-worker, your boss, right? Your team. You can use this with anyone. So I want you to really take this seriously, because you will have conflicts with people in your life. And you may be the kind of person that says, well, I never argue with anybody. I don't ever fight with anybody. No. But then you turn it inside and you criticize yourself, you judge yourself, and you have discussions with yourself. That makes you feel like shit, right? It makes you feel imbalanced in your nervous system. Your body is responding, you're reacting to it. So I'm gonna give you a simple framework around it so you can understand what I'm talking about, and you can start applying it in your life, in any kind of dialogue, any kind of relationship you have with someone. So the first step to understand here is like, as far as the principle around it, is that when you share something about you, when you tell the truth about you, because most of the time we go in to talk about other people. We try to correct other people, we try to tell other people how they should behave, how they shouldn't behave. The moment you do that, you right away broke the opportunity to let the person feel seen and therefore appreciated, and you make it impossible for you to feel seen. So the moment you go like this, hey, I've been doing X, whatever flaw, whatever trait or behavior that you want to demonstrate that you've been showing, the moment you do that, you're de-weaponizing the other person. They're not going to need to use weapons. You're going to just say, hey, listen, I know I've been a jerk. in many ways. And I started seeing this in myself. And I did this with you in this situation, and in that situation, you give some specific moment. And it's not your fault. I'm responsible for how I show up, what comes out of my mouth. And I understand that made you feel like I didn't care about you. It's not your fault. What happens here is that you're sharing something about you. You're not making it about them, but you do understand how they must have felt as a result of your action or inaction. And you take ownership of it. That's the idea here. You speak something about yourself. You own something. You let them know how it must have made them feel, number two. Number three, you take ownership about it, like saying to them, it's not your fault. I was completely selfish. It was unloving of me, uncaring of me. And this way, you are allowing yourself to be seen, because they see you with your flaws, or your weaknesses, or whatever you want to call it. And number two, you allow yourself to see them. They feel seen, they feel understood, and hopefully they feel loved by you. And they can calm down. Just like I took a breath right now. That's what happens in people. I see this over and over. They relax. They go, thanks for saying that to me. And they feel so much more love for you and for themselves. So that's a gift you give them. Now, I want to say this to you because there's going to be lots of different relationships that you go into, whether it's at work, like professionally, or personally, privately. These things are going to come up. So start by understanding that whatever weakness you have, whatever flaw you have, the moment you share it with brutal honesty and authentically, there's nothing to attack. I mean, they may say, yeah, you're right, you really are a jerk. So you already admit it, so yeah, you're right. I know. And that cannot have been easy for you. You see? There's nothing to argue with, it's nothing to fight with. So part of this comes from my understanding of doing martial arts since I was 6 years old. So when you do martial arts, you need to use the energy, but it's like finding the polarity. And when you find the polarity, you'll see that you don't have to go into fights, right? It's enough with one person being able to own and honor their part, and everything shifts. That's my gift for you today. Hope you enjoy this. Hope you will use this. Make some comments under here. Let me know how this works, how you will use this, and I can't wait to hear about your success about it. So talk to you soon. Bye. I can't stay.